Wah, wah, wah. What's up, y'all? Tell me if you rock with me on this one. Our best conversations are when you know what you're going to bring to it, but not what you're going to leave with. You know what I'm saying? You just walk away enlightened. And this is a conversation, short blurb, from a conversation on BBC with Monica McNutt talking about Caitlin Clark, that I knew what I was going to bring to it, but I didn't know what I was going to leave with. She makes a tremendous point that went viral for two different reasons. One, because of how dare you call Caitlin Clark that. And at the same time, just keeping it real. So y'all tell me in this conversation how you feel about Monica McNutt. Let's go.
Covering the WNBA this past season, Caitlin Clark's rookie year, for all of the conversation that surrounded her, some which was fair and some which wasn't, the one thing that I cannot deny is the amount of little girls that were showing up to follow her. Little girls with their parents and the fervor and the energy there.
Why her?
Same thing.
Why her?
Well,
okay, so we were in a safe space. This was going to be a nice little glossy interview. Oh, but you want to ask some deeper questions. Why her? So we all went from what we were talking about to why. Okay. So now you're going to see a little change in disposition. Monica McNutt, those shoulders going to start touching those ears. We're going to talk through this. We're going to get to this.
I was just about to say same thing for Angel Reese when I had a chance to cover their games. But I think Caitlin represented, and again, some of this to me probably is not fair to her because it was not anything that she said or was truly based on her personality, but she was a white girl from the middle of America.
Okay, I told you we were going to go there, and we know where we were going. Damn it. Took you so long to get here. Okay, white girl from America, and obviously that's going to be polarizing to say the least. She tried to give you the warning with the hand. She tried to tell you, we about to go deeper levels, but let's continue.
And so she represented a whole lot to a lot of people, whether that is truly what she prescribed to or not. We can all say she is a dynamic basketball player and a force both on the court and the marketing sense. But I do think, same thing with folks that may have fallen in love with Angel Reese that she may or may not have agreed with everything they had to say either.
All right, let's get up out of there. So she's talking about representation, which sometimes gets misrepresented and when we have our racial conversations, right? Oh, that's racist. Some people were saying, oh, you're insufferable. Are you trying to say that people came out just because saw a white girl playing basketball? And then you got to be real with yourself. You got to get in front of that mirror sometimes. You got to do some self-examination because we are great at examining this world. We don't do the best job, but that's the job we want to take on, right? We punch that clock, 9 to 5. I tell you all your problems. I tell you all your problems. Raise your hand if you're guilty. I tell you what's wrong. I was wrong. What's wrong? But now ask me about me. It's a shorter conversation, right? So she went there, and I looked at it both ways. The one is the representation argument, which I am not a subscriber to. I will thoroughly admit I have never looked at a group of people or a group of anything and said, I'm going to because they are doing that. Never. Whether it's racial, whether it's athletic, whether it's academic, etc. I never looked at my street and said, since everybody on my street is riding bikes, I'm about to ride my bike. No. You know how it happened? I did ride a bike. My grandma didn't have the money. Finally, when we got the money, I ride bikes. They all moved on. They got mopeds. I wasn't the one that wanted to do what they were doing. I wanted to do what I was doing, and sometimes it was in alignment. Tell me how many people really out there like that, right? So let's just make sure we're careful with the difference between representation and racial, because I think this one got taken racially when it was more of a representation conversation. She was going to say it for Angel Reese, but she got interrupted. And then she also brought it home and made two direct points. Look, girls out there were coming out in droves because they saw themselves on the court. Now in the WNBA, that was a white girl. And in the case of Angel Reese, it was just a girl that, hey, I identify with or connect with, whatever that may mean. I'm not the biggest subscriber to representation because I think, at least since I've been little, I've been like, if I want to do it, why can't I do it? Like, seriously. Like, why can't I want to ride my bike? Because everybody's riding a bike, so that's representation. But also, why can't I listen to rock and roll when everybody else that looks like me is not? You get it? So it's always that balancing act. Beat it up in the comments. Tell me, when have you done something because of representation? Like, okay, the whole block is riding bikes, my turn. Or when have you done something where the block ain't doing it, but it's like, I gotta be, right? And then they take that as racially insensitive because like, well, you trying to act white, or you trying to act black, or what you doing? And that's the conversation that I think Monica McNutt highlighted. They couldn't go in depth on it, but we are. And in this conversation, she got a lot of backlash because they were like, you're insufferable for just always bringing up race. But how do you also correctly identify what contributed to the WNBA's latest surge in success without looking at the racial elements? It's just that simple. So yeah, you're like a unicorn in the sense of, there's been other great white girls, but which one have we seen pull up from the logo and doing that to the people at LSU, as they say, right? You're not just doing it to everyone that is in Iowa, Middle America. Nah, you went down there. You gave South Carolina some. You gave LSU some. You gave the Ballers some. And that obviously made sense. That's the Jeremy Lin angle. Jeremy Lin did the same thing in the NBA. You doing what at Madison Square Garden? So I don't want us to get drowned always in the same water of it's racial because you brought up race. It's sometimes a representation conversation that I will say I don't support, and I don't even try adopt. I don't even try to give it to my kids. Oh, do it because others are doing it that look like you. That's like me saying, damn, it's a lot of black dudes in the NFL. You know what? I'm going to make it to the NFL. I'm going to do that. Why? Because I see me in there. That ain't helping me. I ain't got one step closer because they look like me. They got my skin color, whatever you want to call it. So there is always that balancing act, and never forget it when we talk about representation versus something's racial. Just wanted to let Monica McNutt off the hook a little bit on this one because we know they can go there, but I don't think she went there this time. Y'all tell me, beat it up in the comments. And without further ado, you know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. Oh, yeah. Monica McNutt. What's in your mouth, not in your hand? Monica McNutt, what you talking about? We're going to see if you can walk across this sand, player. Oh, let's go get this. Monica dropped that take, had that timeline shook. Said the W's rise got a white girl look. Oh, now she ain't all wrong, but is that the whole book? Let's flip some pages, player. Read between them hooks, yeah. Monica said Caitlin's fame got spice, cause the girl from Iowa and don't look like Ice Spice. Blonde ponytail, clean cut, Midwest sweet. And now the league booming like sneakerhead feet. But hold up, pause, that ain't the full dish. Clark got handles, vision, swish. Drop 40 on the reg just cause she white. You gotta shoot that peel in the coldest light. Oh, is she ballin' facts? Is she white also? But her game's what really made the fan base follow. McNutt got a point. Rep plays a part, but don't act like that race alone made Caitlin chart. Ooh, cause if it was just about race, explain Sabrina's ride. She white too, but Clark made the globe slide. It's the mix, attitude, logo threes, March Madness moments, ESPN replays with ease. Plus timing matters, socials at its peak. Hoop fans hungry for someone unique. Clark got that villain grin, that jaw back smack. You can't teach that. That ain't color, that's impact. Yeah, the media's tilted. That part's clear, but don't diminish the work Clark brought here. And ain't her fault that the world took a look a while to see that the woman been hooping with fire and glee. Yeah, Monica right to the point at the power of face. But don't erase the grind behind Caitlin's case. This ain't just privilege, it's also proof that the league gets love when stars speak the truth. Is she ballin' facts? Is she white? Sure. Oh, but you gotta understand, she had to endure. You said it was plain, the rep do matter, but race ain't the meal, it's just part of that platter. Salute to her growth, love to the vets. Asia, Stewie, Jackie, still making bets. Yeah, WNBA, y'all finally got that flame. And Caitlin, well, she just adding fuel to the game, girl. This ain't shade, this that grown folk rap, where two truths can coexist and still overlap. So shout out McNutt for sparking that flame, but don't sleep on that skill that came with Caitlin Clark's name. You know I am, right? It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come. Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so.